Nick Mohammed in bits.
Cordelia Grimes is in her second year at Durham University. Over the course of the next 24 hours, we follow her and her friends and examine how student life has changed over the past few years and whether the prospect of graduating in today's recession-racked Britain poses a genuine worry for those soon to be looking for work. Can it be weird coming back for a new term after such a long break?
Yeah, it's kind of weird, because, you know, when you're at home over the holidays, especially over the summer, you're like, oh my gee, like, when is this ever going to end? I can't wait to get back to uni. But once you get about halfway through term, you're like, actually, oh my gee, this is so stressful. When's the next holiday? Especially the middle term, epiphany term, that's so long.
Right, how long is that?
8 weeks.
Name?
Leela Grimes. Well, everyone around here calls me Leela, but at school I was known as Bayo, as in the tapestry, but I prefer to be called Bunny. Daddy usually just calls me by my first names now, so that's easier. So, you know, if you want to call me that, it's Cordelia Beatrice, Jasmine Beatrice to Beatrice Grimes. .co.uk. .com would have been funnier. Next question.
What's your biggest fear?
Being disliked.
Right. Favourite quality in a man?
Luck.
Favourite quality in a woman?
Weight.
So, what's happening now?
So, basically, I'm one of this year's freshers reps, so I'm about to go on and talk to them all for the first time about college life and stuff, you know, sort of what to expect, what stuff we've got organised for the freshers week and so on.
Right, you get quite nervous then talking in front of quite a lot of people.
Yeah. But I've heard that being nervous is actually a really good way to lose weight, so... Oh, my gee, they're like so young. Look at them. Oh, my God. Oh, that must be the one that everyone's saying looks like a young Daniel Craig. But apparently he's glucose intolerant and deaf in one ear, so, you know, not my kind of Bond. Oh, God, this is making me feel so old.
How old are you?
I'm going to be 21 in March.
Right.
It's going to be being like 50 or something. I can't believe it, I'm going to be ancient. Right, here goes. Wish me luck. Okay, hey, freshers! I'm one of your new reps. I'm Cordelia Beatrice, Jasmine Beatrice to Beatrice Grimes. .co. So basically, oh my gee, you're going to have an absolutely immense freshers week. We've got so much planned for you guys this year. It's bonkers. I can't believe.
Can you remember what it felt like when you were a fresher?
Yeah, sure, yeah. I mean, I ended up pulling Scottish Henry from the year above, who was senior freshers rep at the time. It was like the biggest college scandal ever. I've never worn a kilt since. Had such a nice voice, though. It's sort of Spanish-Irish. Squirrel. Yeah, sort of like that, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, what have you got organised for this lot, then? Did you have similar things organised as part of your Freshers' Week?
Yeah, but I think this year's is going to be, like, loads better. I remember at ours, on the Tuesday, we had this, like, mental hypnotist. It was literally so freaky. Imagine, like, a cross between Darren Brown and this guy who we saw, and you're halfway there. It was amazing, though, seriously. I was going to volunteer to be hypnotised, but was told that I couldn't take part because, you know, I was underweight, which is great. It's great. But, oh, my gee, the things that he made those people do, it was literally so debauched.
Really?
Yeah. T-shirt Lizzie, she ended up actually taking it off and then had to pretend that she was Free Willy every time Army Dave sang the theme tune to Truly Madly Deeply. Lizzie swears that she doesn't remember a thing, but loads of people think she might be just saying that for attention. Plus, apparently, hypnotists can't really make you forget. It's a myth. That's what he told me, anyway. When I went back to his... Oh. Anyway, apparently he has two versions of the hypnotist show, a family-friendly one and an X-rated one. But I looked on the website, and to be honest, they look pretty much the same. It's just his family-friendly one is all done on kids. We've booked a different guy this year. Yeah, we had to.
Back in JCR2, Leela's talk to the new freshers is in full flow.
Tonight is just going to be really, really chilled out, getting to know each other, relaxing, unpacking, settling in. We're going to have this thing going on in the college bar, just some drunks, sit down, and kind of like a rave. There's 2 for 1 on Blue Wicket, so it's just really chilled. Aftershocks are 10 for 80p, I think, but are free after that, so just really, really chilled out. There's karaoke, of course, but again, just all really, really relaxed, and so, no pressure. Obviously, everyone should already know what song they're doing by now anyway, so, and please, please come and see me if you don't think you'll have memorized the lyrics in time, okay? Or rehearse the college dance. Anyway, so on to tomorrow. This is where the drinking begins. So we're going to be kicking off with the infamous corridor toga party. You may have heard of it. No? Well, needless to say, these are usually canage. And a great way of making friends. Last year, I was throwing up by 5 p.m. Anyway, this year, we've decided to start the whole thing at 5 p.m. Basically, me and some of the other rats will be coming round at some point in the day to show you how to make a toga out of your college bed sheets. It's so complicated, but completely random. Plus, it also secretly gives me and the other rats an opportunity to check out our old rooms and reminisce. Oh, my gee, you're going to have an absolutely immense...
So, do you think there's now too much emphasis on binge drinking at university?
Well, it depends. I mean, what would you class as an actual binge?
Well, I think the government define it as the drinking of alcoholic beverages with the primary intention of becoming intoxicated by heavy consumption of alcohol over a short period of time.
Oh, then, yeah. I mean, I suppose. But I mean, we're not poor, so... I mean, does it really count as a binge? Is that still an actual binge? If we're not... So look, the toga party then, at about 5:30, we're going to sit you all down along one of the corridors and basically, without giving too much away, make you pretend that you're in ancient Rome. It's so cool. And this year, college have really got behind us and are going to serve up pasta for supper. It's going to be canage. So it's going to be penne. Sorry, they're going to serve penne. It's going to be penne. Which is a good thing.
And do you ever worry that some of the events, particularly during Freshers' Week, might exclude or alienate certain people?
Well, I mean, that's exactly why, for the new international students, say, we've gone out of our way to organise a special curry and rice party on the Wednesday night. Right.
Okay, so what does that involve?
Okay, well, they basically, they have to come dressed as either Tim Curry or Tim Rice. Right. We play East is East. To continue our toga party theme, after supper, we're going to put on Gladiator in JCR2, but basically, oh my gee, this is so messed up. Every time Russell Crowe says anything ending in S, you have to down a shot of vodka jelly. It's mental. We did it for the first time last year, and Nintendo Dave literally almost died in that bit, where Maximus says to Commodus, "My name is Maximus Decimus Meridius. Commander of the armies of the North, General of the Felix Legions, loyal servant to the true Emperor Marcus Aurelius, father to a murdered son," and so on. There's so many S's in it, it's bonkers. I can't believe that the scriptwriters didn't notice it. Anyway, apparently St. John's College JCR have been banned from showing Gladiator, but I think that's because their college is really religious. And that apparently Joaquin Phoenix once accidentally spat on one of their tapestries whilst he was filming the second Harry Potter film. That's an amazing story, but completely libelous, so, probably an urban myth. But apparently diabetic Lisa has got photos of it on her phone, and there'd be no reason for her to lie, because she's only got a year and a half to live.
Incredibly, I was almost halfway through my time with Leela. I wanted to know whether university had given her the opportunity to meet people from lots of varied backgrounds.
So, this is Kitty.
Hi.
Oh, we're like so similar.
Everyone's always saying it. It's so weird.
Yeah.
I think it's because we often wear the same pashmina.
Not the same actual one.
No, but like the same mate.
Yeah.
One would like never fit us both.
No.
And what are you studying then, Kitty?
We study the same subject.
Yeah.
Sociology,
politics, and social sciences combined with photography, media, and philosophy.
Gosh.
It's so difficult.
Yeah.
So much to learn.
It's too much, really.
Yeah. I mean, just the philosophy side of it's like a whole degree in itself.
Right. And so you have lots of lectures, do you?
Yeah, tons.
Like 3 hours?
Yeah, 3 hours a week. Yeah. I mean, I think this even counts as 1/5% towards our sociology module, which isn't even assessed and so counts towards nothing at the end of the year, so it's actually really important.
Yeah. Gosh. What do you get after at the end of your 3 years then? Is that a BA that you're studying?
It's BS, I think.
Right. What does BS stand for?
I don't know. Bachelor of Sports, I think. Is it sports?
With hors d'oeuvres.
With honours. I think it's honours.
A recent independent study had found that almost a quarter of all student debt wouldn't exist if binge drinking weren't so much a part of student culture. I was interested in what Leela's thoughts were on this, what a typical night out might involve, and how much it might potentially cost.
Oh gosh, okay, so most of the early part of a typical night we just spent in the college bar, but we nearly always tried to get down to Cindy's before 10, otherwise it's £2 to get in, and I'm so broke at the moment. So Cindy's, oh gee, it's literally mental. You may have heard of it? No, it's the third worst club in Europe, which means it's literally hilarious. It's such a fire hazard. Anyway, basically they have this revolving dance floor, which when you first step onto it, you're like, oh my gee, this is so fast. But after you've been on for like 5 minutes, you're like, oh my gee, this is so shit. The owner of the club is like this random Danish guy called Sven, who only knows like 8 words in English, but loads of those are just the lyrics from Hey Jude, so they don't really count. Like, na, 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 na. But that's 7, so... Anyway, so we usually leave Cindy's at about 2 a.m., but which is, hello, perfect, because that's exactly what time the Prince Bishop set sail.
Sorry,
do you not know? Oh, God, okay, sorry, okay. The Prince Bishop is like this huge boat that used to be haunted, but has now been turned into a club.
Nice.
It's where C.S. Lewis got the idea for the Chronicles of Narnia. Okay, well, anyway, it's okay. But sometimes there's locals on board, and once it sets sails, you're on there for 3 hours, so you don't want to get trapped with them. Seriously, Jin Lin ended up pulling this bloke who looked like a gay Gokwan, but only because there was literally nothing else to do. It's so funny when you're on board there, because what they don't tell you is that it can only go like 20 metres down the river before it has to turn round because of the weir. And so you end up getting really disorientated. I remember screaming at fake Debbie last term. I was like, why is the cathedral on that side? Why is the cathedral on that side?